Hi guys, welcome to my water element flow. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat on your mat and just begin by starting with that slow, calm, flowing breath in through the nose, filling the belly, out through the mouth, releasing that air. Just continue with that breath for a couple moments, thinking about water and how it flows. Inhaling the arms overhead, exhaling, turning to the left. Long, tall spine here. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, maybe you can twist a little bit further here. Inhaling the arms overhead, exhaling to twist right. Focusing on that breath here. Long, tall spine. Exhale, we're going to come into child's pose. Sinking the hips back, knees wide here. Relaxing into the breath here. Relaxing your face. Inhale, come into cat pose. Lifting up through the chest. Exhale, sinking the hips back and down into child's. Inhaling, rounding up. Coming up into your up dog or cobra. Exhaling, round the spine. Tuck the tailbone, sink it back to child's. Inhale, flow it forward. Arch the back, look up. Exhale to round and tuck. Bring it down into that child's. Inhaling, round forward, arching the spine up into your cobra or up dog. Exhaling to round and tuck, bringing it back down here. Just take that at the pace of your own breath, flowing with your body. Inhaling to arch and look up into that cobra or up dog. Exhaling to round and tuck, sinking the hips back in this flowing cat-cow. Thinking about water. When we think about water, we want to think about flowing. We want to think about opening the hips. And then come up onto your knees here, extending your right leg out, inhaling the left arm up, exhaling to reach it over. Inhale and then exhale, left hand to the ground, reaching that right arm over. Long side body stretch. And then just drop the arm around. Inhaling it up, exhaling to drop it down and around. Inhaling it up, exhaling, dropping it down and around. Inhaling it up, exhale to drop it down and around. Inhaling it up, exhale, drop it down and around, and then reach it up, bring that knee back in, and then extend the other leg out. And this time, inhale the right arm up, exhale to reach over, sliding that left hand down the left leg, then dropping the right hand to the ground, reaching that left arm over, inhaling it up, exhaling to drop it down and around. And just take that at the pace of your own breath, really opening up through the chest here as you do this. Relaxing the shoulder here. Continuing with that breath. Flowing with the pace of your body. And then we're going to come onto all fours here. And we're gonna come into some plank waves, kind of like those cat-cows. So coming into your down dog, and then taking a breath here, bending into the knees, walking it out a little bit, widening the fingers, gripping into your mat here. And then just beginning to wave forward. And as you inhale, coming up into that up dog or cobra, pushing the hips back as you exhale into that down dog. Inhaling to begin that wave-like motion with your body, coming all the way through into that up dog or cobra. And as you exhale, pushing the hips back and up into that down dog, stretching out the knees here. Just continue with that flow and that wave-like motion at the pace of your own breath. Whatever most serves you here. Flowing like the water. Just stretching into your body here. Think about how the water can be gentle, but how it can also be very violent. When you think about water, you think about your emotions. When you don't process them, then they become very violent. So it's always helpful for me to just take the feelings as they arise. We're gonna lift that left knee on the inhale, and as you exhale, just begin to circle that hip. So bending into the knee, inhaling the knee up, exhaling, dropping it down and around. Inhaling that knee up, exhale to drop it down and around. Breathing into it. Slow and controlled. And then we're going to go the other way with it. So whatever way you were rotating before. And then we're going to open up, if you would like to, into that wild thing. So reaching that left arm back, stepping your foot back, opening up through the chest. And then bring it back, extending that left leg up. And then stepping it through, opening up into your warrior two. So left foot, knee over ankle, right foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. And then we're going to come into a dancing warrior. So inhaling, reversing that warrior. Exhale, swooping the arms down and over, right arm overhead, left arm in front. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over. Inhale, bring it back, right arm under, left arm over. Exhaling the left arm through and the right arm reaching overhead. And just continue with that for a couple of breaths. Just opening up into your side body as you inhale, exhaling, opening to the other side, flowing with the arms here, breathing into your hips. And then exhaling that left arm down, reaching the right leg up. We're going to come into our half moon here, engaging the core, flexing into that right foot, stacking the right arm over the left, engaging the core here to help you balance. Continue breathing here. Strong legs, strong core. Just allowing whatever is arising to arise, and then dropping that right foot back down. Exhaling your hands to the mat here. Dropping into that lunge. Just opening up that left knee a little bit. And then you can go ahead and drop it down. We're going to come into our pigeon pose. So left shin as parallel to the short edge of the mat as you can get it. And we're just begin to create a wave-like motion with your upper body. Exhaling to drop it down. Inhaling, rise it back up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhaling it back up. So like a little baby cobra here with your left leg in that pigeon pose. Just continuing with that wave-like motion. As you breathe into your hip, whenever you're ready, just relax it down, all the way down. And focus your breath on that left hip here. Relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your hip here. Breathing into that space. Letting go of any tension you might be holding on to here. Noticing any feelings or emotions that might be arising. I always encourage having a journal available if anything comes up for you. Just continue focusing on that breath here. Let it flow in and out. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your hips on those exhales. And go ahead and begin to rise back up, pushing into the hands here. Then you can swing that right leg around. We're going to come into a double pigeon. So stacking the right leg on top of the left. So right ankle on top of left knee, right knee on top of the left ankle. Get your hips even here, long, tall spine. And then as you exhale, you can just hinge forward or walk the hands out. If that's too much, you can stay seated. And then just focusing on your breath here, breathing into both hips. Inhaling for your long, tall spine. Exhaling, maybe you can sink forward just a little bit. Continuing with that breath here. Really allowing your hips to open in this breathing. The water element is associated with your sacral chakra. And fold as far forward as you can. And we're going to come onto our knees and back into that down dog. And we're going to do that wave-like motion again. So waving forward, rippling through, inhaling to that up dog or cobra, exhaling, pushing those hips back, maybe walking it out. Just continue on. Waving forward, inhaling to your up dog, exhaling, pushing those hips back. And just do this at the pace of your own body. So inhaling to arch and look up, exhaling to sink the hips back, pushing it back to that down dog. Whatever movements feel good for your body. Maybe you want to bend your knees. Maybe you just want to stay in that down dog. Then we're going to lift the other leg. So right leg up, bending into the knee, exhaling, dropping it down and around. Inhaling it up, exhaling it, dropping it down and around. Opening your hips with those hip circles. Getting into that pleasure center, into the sensitivity. All of these things are associated with water. And opening it up into that wild thing. So stepping that right leg back, reaching the right arm back. If you want to, you always have the option to just stay in down dog or continue with your hip circles. And we're going to bring it back, right arm down, re-extending that right leg up. Exhaling to bring it through. Windmill the arms, opening up into that warrior two. Right knee over ankle, left foot parallel. Inhale that right arm back, reach it back for the reverse warrior. Exhale, switch. We're going to go into that dancing warrior here. So inhaling to open and pull your arm through. Exhaling to drop that right arm down, reaching the left arm overhead. It's like you're going from your extended side angle to your reverse warrior as you breathe. Exhaling into your extended, but swooping that arm under. Inhaling to open it back up into your reverse. Flowing with your breath here. Continuing with that a couple more times. And then we're going to come into our half moon. So dropping those right fingertips down, lifting that left leg up, flexing the foot, engaging the core, shoulders stacked here, strong legs, strong core here. Focusing on your breath, finding a non-moving gazing point to help with balance. Then you can go ahead and step it back into that warrior two, face forward, take your hands to the ground. And then we're gonna walk that foot over to come into our half pigeon on the right side, and we'll come into that waving pigeon. So inhaling your chest up, arching the back, looking up, and then exhaling, wave it down. Inhaling to flow up, exhaling to wave it down. And just continue with this, really opening up through your chest here. You don't want to feel any pinch in the low back as you do this. And then continue with that as long as you want. So inhaling to open up, exhaling to lower down. And whenever you're ready, you can come all the way down and just rest into it. Or if you prefer to continue with that wave-like motion, as you stay here to just open the hips and the chest simultaneously, feel free to do that as long as serves you. And then you can relax whenever you're ready. Or you can stay up if you prefer that. Make sure your hips are squared here. Relaxing your face. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Breathing into that right hip, keeping that foot flexed to protect the knee. Relaxing into your hips. I like to just imagine that water's washing over me as I do this. If you're looking at the screen, you can just see the water moving. Thought it would be nice to record this at the beach, seeing as it is the water element, to give a physical reminder of the water and how it moves, and how if we can bring attention to that in ourselves, we can allow things to come up as they need to and let them go as they need to, so we don't get those explosive emotions. Continue focusing on that breath here. Releasing tension with each exhale, breathing in life. Begin to walk it up. We're going to swing that leg around. Stack it on top. We'll come into the double pigeon on this side. Getting your long, tall spine as you get your legs situated. And then as you exhale, begin to just hinge forward a little bit. And if that's too much for you, you can just stay sitting up straight. This just really gets into the hips here. So this time you'll have your left leg on top, or whatever side you did before, do the opposite this time. Inhaling for your long, tall spine, relaxing the shoulders down, exhaling, just hinging forward. Focusing on your breath here, releasing anything you might be holding on to. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the jaw, Relaxing the face. Full, strong breaths. You can go ahead and sit back up here. And then take your feet together. We're going to come into butterfly legs here. So feet together, long, tall spine here. And you can scoot your feet as close or as far as you would like away from you. And then as you exhale, just hinge forward. Same thing here, hinging forward to create an opening in the hips. If you want to have your feet a little bit further away from you, it's going to create more of an opening in the outer hips. The closer you have them, it's going to create more of an opening in the groin. Just relaxing into that breath. Allowing your knees to fall heavy. Breathing into the tension that you're holding either in the groin or the outer hips or both, wherever you feel it most. Just continuing to focus that breath here. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. You can go ahead and bring it up. Take the legs out wide here. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale to reach it over like you're reaching for those left toes. You can let your left arm come down your left leg. Nice side body opener here. You want your heart up. Only come down as far as feels good for you. And then you can drop that arm and walk it over to fold over that leg. And then we're going to walk it over the other way. Inhaling that left arm up. Exhale, reach it over. Reaching over that right leg with your left arm. And take your right arm down next to the right leg here. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale to fold over that right leg. Like your knee is going to your nose here. Inhaling for your long spine, exhaling to fold. Your inhale, walk it back up. And then over the other leg. Inhale, long, tall spine. Exhale to fold over that left leg. Like you're trying to take the knee to the nose. You don't want to feel any pull in your low back here. If you do, come up. Inhale, bring it up. And we're going to fold directly in the center. So long, tall spine. Exhale, start to walk it out. Again, no pull in the low back. You want your knees facing towards the sky. Breathing into the hips here. Breathing into the groin. Releasing any tension you might be holding on to here. Relaxing with your breath. Always feel free to have props too. Some people like to put a block under them here. You can go ahead and walk it up. Bring the legs in. Come to lay down on your mat. Scooting the hips over to the right here. Across the, we're going to take our legs up to the sky for legs up the wall. This is going to release tension in the low back. This is going to allow blood circulation to come back down to your hips. Focusing on the breath here. Focusing on the blood flow. If you want to drop your feet behind you and come into plow, please feel free to do so. Just make sure you keep your neck very straight. Otherwise, just stay in that legs up the wall or waterfall pose. This is great for your circulation. It's great if you're on your cycle. It's great if you sit a lot. just to help bring that blood flow back down. Continue breathing here. If you're in plow, you can go ahead and come out of that. You can go ahead and begin to lower your legs either way. And then take your left ankle to the right knee, flexing into that foot. And then we're going to drop it down to the right. So putting your left foot flat on the ground, you can push the hip open here. I like to push my hand into that left knee to keep it open. So you have your right knee on the ground, left foot on the ground, and push into that left knee to open up the hip as it twists to the right. If you want to open out your left arm, stretch it out, you can. This is a really good IT band stretch. If you're not able to get your hips down to the ground, that's fine. You can always just stay in a reclined pigeon. This is a really good opener for that IT band though. Just continue focusing on your breath here, pushing that left knee open, keeping your chest flat on the ground here, heart open to the sky. Continue breathing into that left hip. You can bring it back up and release. And we'll come into the other side. So right ankle to left knee and then drop it down. Again, if you want to push that right hand into the right knee to open it up, you'll have your right foot on the ground. Left knee and leg will be laying down. So you're doing a twist and an IT band stretch at the same time. If you want to open that right arm out as you push into that knee with your opposing hand, you can. Focusing on your breath here, relaxing into the hips, shoulders on the ground here, breathing into that right hip, that right IT band. Again, if this is too much, you can always bring it back up. And we're gonna bring it back up and we will come into our happy baby. So if you wanna grab the inside edges of your feet, if you wanna grab your toes, maybe you wanna rock side to side here. Relaxing your breath, relaxing your hips here. Moving in any way that serves you, that you feel like your body still needs after all that hip opening. This is your final really good hip opener here. Really just allowing your hips to relax. You can release whenever you're ready, taking your legs out long. And we will come into our final Shavasana. So letting go of that deep breath. Letting your normal breath return. And just letting it go in and out like water. Relaxing your face here, your jaw. Letting your shoulders and arms fall heavy into the ground. Your spine, your hips, your legs. All just begin to sink into the ground here. Just take a few moments to appreciate yourself and to relax your body and your mind. Imagining that the water is just washing over you. It's soothing what needs to be soothed. It's calming what needs to be calmed. It's balancing our internal fire. To imagine as I'm breathing in that the water's just washing over me, and as I breathe out, it's flowing away. Whenever you're ready, maybe you want to begin to wiggle your toes a little bit, maybe your fingertips. Just preparing yourself to roll to one side of your body. Whenever you're ready, you can just roll to one side of your body, just preparing to come up to a seated position. And then whenever you're ready, just come up to a comfortable seat, and we will close with a deep inhale and exhale. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a wonderful day.